Okay, welcome to this very beginning tutorial on Tiny Glade. This is an awesome game that just came out, and it's got quite a bit of buzz, and this is really just to show you some of the basics. The game actually is extremely intuitive, so if this is your first time playing it, you're going to find it very intuitive. So first thing you want to do is obviously you don't want to continue, but you want to hit new. And this will bring up sort of these different themes. If you want a summer theme, an autumn theme, an olden theme, a flowery theme, a winter theme. I also recommend you check out the daily theme, which will offer different sort of a different theme to take a look at. Check that out as well. But really, we're just going to start out with the summer theme, and you're going to see that's going to throw open this. Wow. Yeah, you know what? Let's actually start that over again. And that's the easy thing, by the way. You can just start it over again, reload it, and there you go. That's okay. All right, I didn't want a lot of water to start out with. So there's our theme. We got kind of a garden. That's kind of cool. But no structures. But obviously, we're going to get to the business of talking about that. Now, first thing I want to point out, this is a grid, and you will see here sort of this white boundary. That is where you get to build into. You'll see it if you zoom out. So you can't really go out into these hills yet. I'm assuming eventually this was done for performance reasons, but eventually they'll allow you to go further out. But it is, I think it's just one developer, and he's done a tremendous job. Now you might take a look at this and go, oh my gosh, I can't build on that. There's not enough room. But when you start getting down here and you start adding buildings, I don't know how many acres this is. I want to assume 10 acres. I mean, it's a lot. You have a lot of room, more room here than you think you do. So that's what I'm saying. It's much bigger than it kind of looks. But when you first look at it, you say, well, there's not a lot of room here. But when you start adding buildings and stuff, there's quite a bit more than you realize. Okay, so that being said, I want to point out first, we'll talk about these options and then we'll be going through them. This is for your building structures, and I think that's pretty self-explanatory. This is to add roads. This is to add windows or doors. This can be either a window or door depending on where you drag it. We'll talk about that. Same thing. Here's another type of window. This is sort of like a more older type of window, like a medieval type of thing. You can add lamps. You can add banners and flags. You can add chimneys. This allows you to change the color of buildings, basically. This allows you to remove things. Very important. You'll be doing a lot of this. This allows you to either raise or lower ground. This allows you to add flowers, just one type of flower. You can see that's all you get. Now I'm hoping in the future they change that, and I think they will. They'll give you more option to change, put in different types of flowers. That I'm sure that's coming. Same thing with a tree. It's sort of a random tree you get. This adds water, and this takes a photograph. Here you can change the sun. You can actually change where the sun's coming from. Not going to play around with this much, but it is interesting to know about. But all these options here, we will talk about. These two, I'm not as concerned. But these options we'll be playing around with. So, very first thing I want to show you is if you just hover your mouse over a object that can be manipulated, you'll get the ability to do that. So if you see here, I'm over the grass, not getting any options. But if I go to this tree, I can just left-click this and move it. Very important thing to know. I can just start moving trees. I could manipulate this fence. We're going to leave that. But just wanted to let you know that. Now, you might be tempted. I was doing this in the beginning. I was sort of just wiping out all the trees because I was like, I need a better handle on things. I would move some of these bigger trees maybe that you want to save. I wouldn't chop down all the trees right away. You want to get rid of some of them. But I would leave some of the bigger ones. Because like I said, it's sort of random what tree you're going to get. You can see there, I didn't even get... You're probably not going to get that size tree again. So if you have some trees you want to save, by all means, save them. Don't just go blow them away. But that's what we are going to do. We're going to blow these away because I want to have a little space to work. And all you do is go to the erase, select tree, and you can see here, you can start really getting rid of trees pretty quickly. Can't do it outside the border, of course. But we can certainly do it inside the border. So that's important to know. And you can see here, once you start sort of getting rid of these trees, you've got a lot more room than you realized. It starts opening up. Again, you have to be in the eraser. You have to select trees. And there we go. We're getting rid of trees. It won't delete these. That's the nice thing. Since we're highlighting the tree, it's not going to delete anything but trees. So you can really manipulate things pretty quickly and not worry about deleting stuff that shouldn't be deleted. So they really thought this game, the developer who did this, I don't know his name, but he really put a lot of thought into this game. Because there's already a lot of good options. There needs to be some improvements, but let's cut him some slack. I think it's just one developer. He has done an awesome job. This is one of the coolest games I've seen in a long time. Okay, so we're going to keep our garden, but everything else pretty much gone. All right, so first thing we want to do is, what do we want to do? Okay, let's add some water. We're going to add a big pond. And where are we going to do that? We're going to do it over here. Garden's facing here. Yeah, let's put it over here. We're just going to start creating this big pond over here. This huge pond. Okay. We're going to make it really close to our garden. So this is going to be a big deal. All the way over here. Okay. So we just added all this water. We go down there. You can see once you start adding water, by the way, you start... That's funny. I got a life preserver for... Oh, I see, because the... Ha! That's pretty funny. So you can see the AI's got a sense of humor here. I put water over this guy and they put a life preserver on to save him. That's funny. But what I wanted to show you is certain animals based on what you put into your diorama. I guess this is a diorama in a way. Well, now we've got ducks that are arriving and we've got fish. You can see new ducks are coming in. So keep that in mind. So we've got our big pond here. Let's do this. Let's get rid of a little bit of the water and add an island. Well, how do we do that? We go to erase water, and this is a way to get land in here. Get like a little island. So let's add a little cool little island here. And we'll make that kind of big. Why don't we raise it up a little bit? So let's go here. Let's select this. We're going to add like a little bit of some rocks here. Yeah, there we go. Make that kind of cool, like that, like a rock island. And maybe we'll put a few more rocks here. There we go. Let's add some flowers. Put those in. And let's add a couple trees. There we go. All right, that looks really cool. Okay, I don't know if that... You know what? I don't like that tree. So what do? We just go here, highlight tree. And it is gone. There we go. Okay, looks really cool. All right, so we've got our little rock island here with some flowers. That looks cool. Let's do this. Let's add a terrace. We're going to add our first structure. We're going to add a terrace. Let's say people want to come out and enjoy this pond. Well, let's go ahead and add our first structure. So we're going to do that. We're going to lay it down here. Now, very important to note. Remember when I said you highlight over things and you get to manipulate certain things based on what's available. You can see here, if I'm highlighted over the wall, I can pull this wall. I think. Well, you know what? I can't pull it because it's gone as far as it can. So, but that's the important thing. You can move it in, move it out, and expand it as far as it'll take it. It only goes so far, but we've got that pretty much expanded out. But just know that I can bring it in. I can also rotate this, depending on what it's giving me. Now, notice what happens when I come off the wall and go over the roof. Now it's going to let me manipulate the roof. See how the roof is highlighted? Wall highlighted? Roof highlighted. See the differences? And if I move this down, look at that. It's completely gone. Or I can make it bigger. If I start moving the mouse from right to left, it'll actually indent it or even expand it out. So you can do all these crazy things. But in this case, we want a terrace. So we want this nice looking terrace that we're going to put out here in the water. Now, here's the deal. So I've said to you that you can basically just hover over things and get certain options. What if you want all the options displayed on the structure? That's where right click comes into play. So I right click. Now look at all, I've got everything. I got all, and I actually prefer to do it this way. Now I can have all these up at once and start manipulating them. In this case, I want to lower this. So let's lower this all the way down to the ground. And now we want to move it. Let's actually rotate it a little bit. Let's see. Let's just get this lined up nice. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Now, in order to pick it up, you have the universal, this is kind of like Windows, right? You guys have seen this before when you try to pick something up and move it in Word or something. Well, same thing here. We just click on that, bring it out here. You can see we're getting a beautiful morning here. Sun's rising. Let's get this right out in the middle of the water. Right click, and it lays it down. Now we're out of that mode, and that looks pretty good. Okay, good. Do we want to rotate this a little bit? Let me see. Maybe just like that. Maybe a little bit here. Maybe a little closer to this island here. How does that look? I think that looks a little better. Yeah, I do. Okay. But again, you can see how you can easily rotate this thing, raise it, whatever your heart's desire is. Okay, so we've got this portion complete, but obviously we need to get like a bridge now. So let's go back. And you could just lay the bridge here, but I like to actually just go on land. Let's lay this down. Let's get rid of the roof. Let's do the right click so we can get all the handle out here. Now we want a bridge feel here, so we're gonna sort of narrow this up, maybe a little bit wider. Let's go ahead and rotate it. We're gonna line it up with our main terrace out there. Let's actually get this close now. And let's rotate this a little bit more, I think. I mean, you can play around with it. Let's get it kind of close here. Now, what I wanted to show you, and this is important, maybe one of the most important things. So when you start moving things around, the AI is going to adjust things. So just keep that in mind. If you collide things together, the AI is going to try to do its best to figure out what you're trying to do. It actually is so smart, it realizes, oh my gosh, he's trying to connect these up. So you can see here it got rid of the, I don't know what these are, ramparts, I forget what they call them. But anyways, you can see that it sort of realized, hey, we want to connect these up, so I'll do that for you. And so we're going to move this, and you can see, so that's really the cool part about this game. So it figured out that, hey, we're linking these up. Now we've got our bridge, and everything is cool, except I can't move it anymore, because that's as far as it'll go. Now, I could add another bridge here, like a small section, but a faster way to do that is to simply go to the road and add a road. Now, the problem is we need like sort of some stairs here, and that's what the road will automatically do. The AI will figure that out. Look, as I'm adding this road, actually, you know what? We need to get rid of the water. I just figured that out. So let's get rid of the water here. Maybe bring this in a little bit. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to make this a little bit more realistic, maybe. There we go. Okay. So smoothing that out. You see I can play around with this? So, okay. So we got rid of the water. We're still in that mode, by the way. Getting rid of the water a little bit. Okay. That's good. So now we've got rid of the water. Now we can go back to the road. And you can see, take a look at that. It created the stairs for us. How about that? Really cool. We can also, if let's say you just didn't want those stairs anymore, remember, you can always get rid of everything. We can just go get rid of the stairs, and there, we're back to kind of where we were. But let's add the road back, and we'll get rid of those ramparts, I guess they are, or turrets, I think, I don't know. But anyways, there you go. We've got our road. It's coming up to our structure here. Our terrace out in the water. How cool is that? You could come out here, have a little party, enjoy the scenery. I can always zoom down here, by the way. This is really cool. And you can start walking around. So cool. You can start walking around your creation and just explore things. So that's the other thing. You always zoom in, zoom out. Really cool. But usually you're going to be zoomed out when you're sort of building. Okay, so now we also want to have like a little gazebo out here. I guess they would call that. So we're going to create a building. Obviously, it's not going to be that big. Wow, that didn't go so well. But again, we can start manipulating. And let's right-click and start manipulating. This is where right-click really comes into play. Well, we can start just manipulating. So again, you can lay down any size building you want. And you can start to, you know, let's actually get out of the right click, and I that's the one thing I like to manipulate. Yeah, let's manipulate. Let's actually curve that in. And let's lower it a little bit more, maybe, right, like that. Does that kind of have the gazebo look a little bit, maybe? Yeah, okay. Let's right-click on this and lower the building a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. And now let's center it. I think it does, by the way, things will snap. See how it's snapping? Wanted to point that out. It will snap it for you. Now, sometimes that's good, sometimes, but just keep that in mind. Let's move it back a little bit. Maybe we'll just have a little bit more room up front. You know what? Actually, I want to... Let's bring the building... This is going to be smaller. That building's too big. Let's move it back here, and then let's lower. So I'm going to right-click. Got everything set. Right-click back out. Everything set. Let's lower this a little bit here. Again, I'm trying to... We don't want a huge building here. Just like a thing where someone could come out and take a look. Okay, there we go. We've got that added. Perfect. Got some more room up front here. If they want to walk around back, they've got a nice view back here too. That looks good. All right, so now what we're going to do is start to talk about windows and doors. This will add either a window or door depending on where you place it. So we're going to select it. If I move it up, you can see I get a window. If I move it down, the AI is smart enough to realize, oh, they want a door. But if I move it back up, windows. Very simple. I can even put it over the roof. And actually, that kind of looks nice. I think we're going to do that. Yeah, let's add that. That looks really cool. And again, you can see just moving it around, like highlighting it, moving it around gives you an idea of what you might want. So if you click, it'll place it down. And there you go. We've got our door. Once I place it down, I can also start moving. With it still highlighted, I can still move it around. It'll give you further options to maybe expand the door. So let's do that. And there, now I've got a double door. So let's center it. Now, you'll notice that it's adding all these sort of extra little goodies like bags and ladders. Let's say you don't want this stuff. Well, highlight over the door, click the door, and it'll start to put down different items. So you have to kind of pick what you want. It's just totally random. Now, I hope someday in the future, I think they will. They'll give you more control over that, but you can sort of click around. We don't want a pitchfork. This isn't a shed. See, it's thinking maybe there's a shed, but the AI is trying to just pick things that you might want. And you sort of have to click it. You might have to click it for a while, based on sort of getting stuff here that really. There we go. You know, that's not so bad. So we've got a. I'd actually like to have another. I could keep clicking and probably get this to the point where there were some furniture out here. Let's see. Maybe we'll get another furniture. Eventually, it'll give you something you like a combination. You just got to keep clicking for a while. And that's the one thing. See, there we go. That's perfect. I don't want this to be a shed, so there, we got a little chair there. How nice is that? Okay, let's go now add a window over here. So we're going to, remember, we can always move this window, so if it's, don't worry about like the centering. Let's add a second window, and there you can see, we got those nice shutters. I like that. So let's move it. Let's kind of get it centered here. I think that's centered. I mean, you can play around with this. I'm not going to worry too much about this right now. But main thing is, I don't like this. We don't want a ladder. We don't want a wheel. We don't want hay. See, that would have been good with just a... Okay, you know what? That doesn't look so bad. I like the pottery. We need some pots. That's good. All right, let's go back here. Let's do the same thing. Let's add another window. Let's keep that same theme going. Well... Actually, you know what? We'll come back to that. I wanted to add a lamp while it's getting dark out. So you can add lamps. Let's add it right below the roof line here. We can add it right to the side. So let's add some lamps. And these actually, at nighttime, they'll come on. You can see, boom, just came on. So you're adding some light for your people. Okay, there we go. We've got our lamps. I think eventually they do. I'm not sure why... Well, that one lit up. I'm not sure why these aren't lighting. Oh, they are. Okay. Maybe I just have to go around them. So there you can see. I mean, this is starting to come together a little bit. All right, let's go back. And you can see that I'm glad I did that, actually. We can now go back and fix this one. Now, we don't want a shovel. So let's keep clicking in here. See if we get something that... A mailbox? No, not there. Don't want that. That's not too bad. No. Oh, I like that. Okay, so let's move this a little bit. Center it. That's not so bad. I like that. All right, let's put the final window over here. So we go back. Let's just get it down. That's kind of nice with the flowers. Oh, look at that. That's turning out really nicely. This might not be centered. See, again, you can just move it if you don't like the centering. Oh, that looks good. And then over here, let's go ahead and add that further. Did we have 2 windows? No, we just had 1. Okay, so let's try to get this centered. There we go. How cool is that? I mean, in just a short time, we've created a little summer terrace with a little gazebo, I guess they would call that. How cool is that? I mean, you could do all kinds. We could do, I'm not going to do it, but yeah, just to give you some ideas, we could build like a staircase out here so they could visit this island. I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can do that are really cool. But that gives you an idea. So let's go ahead and create a little bit of the main house. Let's put it right over here. We're going to start over here. Again, you would already know how to do this by now. We're going to lay it down. Let's make this big, real big. Curve it a little bit. So it's sort of lined up. Yeah, that's good. I guess that looks good, but let's raise the, we're gonna right click and raise the house a little bit. Maybe 2 floors. Right click, how does that look? So you might wanna look at scale. I mean, this is just a gazebo, so this is gonna be a big house. So there we go. We've got our house. Let's put in this type of window here. And so you see, if we add, we can make it a double window. We can, I think that's the largest you can go right now. But you know, we could add a couple of these, but let's add one of those. There you go. We could probably, you know, if I was doing this, I'd probably add like a bunch of these all around. But you can see how we can add windows to the roof. Let's add a spire. You gotta have a spire in a medieval setting. Now, we could place this, you know, right on the side here. And you see it's already trying to snap it in. Let's place it over here. And there you can see it added some support beams to that. I don't know about that. I guess that's okay. Let's right click on it and move it out a little bit so we can get those. Yeah, I think that works. Let's right click. That's not so bad, actually. I think that looks pretty cool. Again, you can play around with it. Maybe you want it in here. I mean, wherever you want. It's to your heart's desire, whatever you want to do. And we can go right click on this and start manipulating this. Maybe we want to make this bigger, smaller. You know, you can do whatever you want. And we could lower the spire a little bit, you know? I mean, whatever you feel is necessary. Actually, I think that looks, whoops. That looks a little bit better, actually, the way it is. And, you know, so, yeah, again, you can start adding, you know how to add windows now. You know how to add, oh, a chimney. Yeah, that's easy. You can just come here. And again, the AI is going to adjust this. So if I put it over here, over the roof, it's just going to stick on the roof. But I start to move it toward the side. Look how it starts to add to the sidewall. It puts it all the way to the ground. So again, you may want it like that. You know, I usually just stick them up here. But there you go. We've got our chimney. You could also expand this if you want. I mean, you can do anything you want. And there are, I'm trying to show you here. You know what? Actually, I want to show you this chimney has some interest. As a smaller chimney, you can get it. And again, this is what I guess the point I'm trying to make is based off where you put things, you'll get different, potentially different results. Let's make this absolutely huge. I think I can get this now. Okay, so let's put a chimney here. I wanted to show you. There's like a different. It's not doing it. I don't know why. There's like a. You can get a different. See, this is the weird thing. You can get a smaller chimney where it'll do like a side iron chimney. I'm not getting it though. Let me go back. Let me go back here. Maybe I can get it over here. Let's see. Yeah, it's just something you have to finagle. But if you get it on the side, there's a way to get it. Let's do this. Let's come here, and now I'm just completely doing something I wouldn't do. But I'm trying to show you. I don't know how. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe I need some windows here. There was a way I got it, and this is the thing. The AI will do different things based on what you have. Okay, let's right click and expand this way up. Okay. I'm just not getting it now. It's really weird. I was getting it like so easily before. Let's try again. Oh, I just got it. I just had it. See, this is the weird. I'm hoping this will get a little bit more robust. What did I do? There you can see I just got it there. Okay, I just put it down. So you can see I got a iron, like sort of this iron small chimney, which would probably be more realistic with this small tower. So again, just keep that in mind. Where you put certain things, you can get different results. And I was trying to show you that. So that's really important. In fact, this could be almost a granary here, right there. But obviously, I'm just sort of getting out of control here. Now, let's say one more final thing. Let's say we want to add a terrace over here. We can do that quickly. Let's do that. Let's get a structure. Let's get rid of the roof. You can see how fast you can start moving now. Let's expand this out. Let's line this guy up. Let's drag him now, right here. You know what? Let's actually do a wraparound. So now we've got a wraparound terrace. You can see how quickly we did that. So somebody could walk out here. Oh, you know what? We need to get a road coming here so we can get an entranceway here. Let's see. There you go. We've got a nice little staircase there that leads up to it. And you know what? Let's right-click on this thing and lower it a little bit here. A little bit of lower. I think that looks more realistic. There we go. And now we've got a wraparound terrace. So you can see how really cool this game is. Main thing is play around with it. Use all these options. I'm sure there's more stuff that's going to come into play eventually. And that's really it. Oh, one more thing. If you go to load, your game's automatically saved right here. Just to let you know. So you can see there's the game. Here you can see some other ones I've been playing around with. And one thing that's pretty cool I wanted to show you is you can go here and switch. Like we can switch this to winter now. There you go. So you can. So if you want a different theme, you can get that. I'm just letting you know. Now you can see the lake's frozen over, and the ducks are okay though. That's good. I want to make sure they're not frozen in there. But that's a way to, you can also change on the fly the season, which I thought was really cool. Okay, well that's going to do it. Thanks for watching.